go. Get in position. When I popped off, then your girl gave me just a little bit of lockjaw. Baby, it's so cold. He from the north, he from the Canada. My glass of roll. Nothing else to withdraw. Ran out the door. Sha sha sha. Sha sha sha. La la la. What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now if I sound a little excited, it's because this is a great build with even better gameplay. Reason for that is Mrs. Von Doom joined me for the Dark Zone in the Division 2 for the first time the other day, and I recorded our first 2 nights in the Dark Zone, and well, you can just see for yourself. So grab that popcorn. This is going to be the best armor Regen build in the game, aka my DZ Regen God build, aka I don't know, the best thing ever. So shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace.
Assistance. Rogue agent neutralized nearby. Detonated gear detected. Rogue agent neutralized. Agent eliminated. Agent down. Serious trauma detected. Agent eliminated. The nearby agent has gone rogue. Rogue agent detected. Rogue defender drone detected. Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent down. Agent vital sign. 0. An agent needs assistance. Reception limited. Proximity coverage only. Entering safe area. Agent down. Rogue agent nearby. Rogue restore hive detected. Rogue agent neutralized nearby. Nearby rogue agent killed. Rogue agent neutralized. Rogue agent eliminated. System curtailed. System back online. Serious trauma detected. Agent incapacitated. Rogue agent. Rogue agent eliminated. Rogue agent neutralized. Nearby rogue agent killed.
Seconds until departure. We're going in 15 seconds. Extraction done.
Helo is returning to base. Rogue protocol initiated. Rogue defender drone detected. Agent down. Rogue agent neutralized nearby. Now detecting contaminated gear. Nearby rogue agent killed.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. So let's get into the build. So this is my armor regen build, my best armor regen build, and I would probably go on record saying it is the best armor regen build in the game. So I hope you guys understand that. There is only one tweak I have to do to this build, and then that's it. I mean, it's over. And the way they have the optimization and how it's going to get, you know, cheaper or whatever they're going to do in title update 12.1, it's going to be even easier to optimize your builds. So just one more tweak to this one, and I think I'm done. But all right, let's jump into the specialization. Gunner specialization. There are multiple reasons I run the gunner specialization. First of which, after a kill, you get increased rate of fire, which is amazing on your Lady Death. Number two, you get armor on kill using the gunner specialization. You also get the riot foam grenade. You also get the Banshee pulse, and check out these mods for the pulse. 15% radius and 15% effect duration. And you look at the right side of your screen, that is more than you get from a tier 1 pulse just from using the specialization. And let's see, another reason I'm using the gunner specialization. I get bonus armor every time I pop my armor kit, which is really good, especially in those close encounter firefights. But yeah, let's get past the specialization, talk about the weapons. I'm using the Lady Death. It's the meta. If I'm going to show you guys the best anything right now in the Division 2, it's going to have the meta, because it is the best, the hardest hitting, the fast, like it's there's no comparison. Show me one weapon that is worth the comparison. You can't, because this amplified damage crushes all of its competitors. You can have all the damage to armor in the world, you could have all the damage to targets out of cover in the world, and it still will not do anything up against the Lady Death. And it's all because of this talent right here. Breathe free. While you are moving, you gain stacks. Each stack goes to your bullet, and it's 75% amplified damage. 75. That is multiplicative. You take your weapon damage and you multiply it. That is ridiculous. Not only that, but if you switch over to PvP, they did nerf it. Yes, they did. But it's only at 60%. So you know what I do? I mix that with the perfect intimidate chest piece, which gives me 40%. And all of a sudden I'm at 100% amplified damage in PvP. Not only that, but it's 115% amplified damage in PvE. And you cannot beat that. There is no combination to beat that in this game. I'm telling you right now. The only thing you could do is probably, get crit chance instead of weapon handling on my backpack. That is it. The rest of this, just copy and paste, and you will have no problems doing anything in this game. Whether it be Dark Zone, whether it be Conflict, doing PVE, anything like that. So, I am using the Lady Death, like I said, and the total damage 70.3k. That's with it being god rolled, so I'm at max SMG damage, crit chance, and damage to armor. Remember, the breathe free talent is nerfed in PvP at 60%, and then when I go back to PvE, it is 75%. And my favorite part about this weapon is after that kill, you get 20% movement speed, and that is perfect for the Dark Zone, and that is perfect for Conflict, because if you wipe a team in Conflict and you have that movement speed, you could already be in their spawn by the time they come back to life, and then that's it, game over, moving on. Same with the Dark Zone. Say you're close to a safe house or a checkpoint, get that kill. By the time you get to that point, they spawn in, kill them again, and rinse and repeat. You really can't beat it. So I'm going to be surprised to see what they do in year 3 to, kind of counter this whole amplified damage meta, because you cannot beat this combination. I'm telling you. Now, there might be some speculation with the backpack being Gilligard. You could go with the Matador for weapon damage. However, you're going to lose armor regen and you're going to lose overall armor because of the brand set bonus from Gilligard. So that's why I'm doing it, because the rest of the build is spec'd into damage. So I want to make sure that I have as much armor to go with that armor regen. That way I kind of balance it out and make it the perfect hybrid. Now my secondary is the PDR. I've been going back and forth between the PDR and the FAMAS. I know a lot of people are sick of me using the FAMAS, but having a god rolled FAMAS with Optimist is a no-brainer. You're going to use it. And so I'm trying to get to other weapons. And another good alternative is the PDR. This one again with Optimist and damage to targets out of cover. And then my sidearm double barrel sawed off with close and personal. 1.1 million total damage, and that is with 4 blues on this build. This build still smacks with 4 blues. It's ridiculous. Now, with that kind of like segue, the 4 blues gives me 1.5 million armor. Not only that, but I think I'm pretty close to like 1.55. Yeah, so I'm at 1.54. Okay. But either way, that is a ridiculous amount of armor to go with this much damage. Now, you guys saw in that gameplay, I was melting people. Melting. And I'm going to show you the damage difference here in a second. But a big let's see. The best way to explain how all that damage is being done is with this Coyote's Mask. Now this exotic is, like, without a doubt the icing on the cake when it comes to this build, because you are using the Lady Death and you are using Intimidate with Adrenaline Rush, so that guarantees that you're going to get the 25% crit damage from the Coyote's Mask talent, Pack Instincts. So it shows that within 0 to 15 meters you get that 25% crit damage, and that is where it's just mwah, perfect. Now looking at this mask, it's god rolled across the board, max weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and then I put a max crit damage mod on there just for good, you know, safekeeping. Now going to this backpack, like I said, it's the only thing I would probably change, and the only thing I would do is just switch out the weapon handling for crit chance. That way I can just maximize my crits and just call it a day. But for the brand set bonus from the Gilligard, I get 5% total armor. This one, optimized core attribute. So I have max armor 170, and then I have weapon handling at 6.5, and then max crit damage and a max crit damage mod. Now, Adrenaline Rush is the other talent that changes between PVE and PvP. So right here, this is the PVE version of the talent. So Adrenaline Rush, whenever you are within 10 meters of an enemy, you gain 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 3. So you get 60% bonus armor. Go over to PvP, and it's half. So you only get 30% max. Now going back to the backpack, yeah, switch out the weapon handling for crit chance, and if you want to sacrifice armor and armor regen, you can go with the Matador. However, just remember that you're going to be lowering those and you're going to be speccing more into damage, so just be ready for that, because there are multiple engagements with this build where my high armor regen really does help me out. So just, you know, don't take that for granted, and just, you know, have faith in the build. Now going to the gloves, Golden Gear gloves. Now the Golden Gear brand set bonuses I get from this build, status effects, which is okay. I mean, it helps with the Riot Foam Grenade, but I really want that 1% armor regen. Now this one, max armor for the core attribute. I've got 11.4 crit damage, and then max armor regen. Going to the chest piece, Hunter Killer chest piece. This is the best chest piece to run in the game. You cannot beat 40% amplified damage if you want to. You can try to put on Perfect Glass Cannon, but then you're going to get, you know, 1 or 2 shot by the average player, because the average player is going to use Intimidate, and if you're like me, you want to be above average, so you choose the Perfect Intimidate. Get the 40% amplified damage. That way you're hitting harder than the normal Intimidate build, and you're hitting way harder than those Perfect Glass Cannon builds, because you're going to be able to 2-shot them anyways. Now another cool thing about Perfect Intimidate is in PvP and PvE, it is the same. So you still get all that amplified damage. Now as far as the attributes on this chest, max weapon damage, max armor regen, 11.4 crit damage, and then max crit damage for the mod. Going down to the holster, Bellstone Armory. This is key, and you have to wear one of them. So it doesn't matter, you know, which one you want to do, but at least run one Bellstone Armory. Reason being is the brand set bonus gives you 1% armor regen. Now this holster has max armor regen, and max crit damage. And then finally, these are my brand new pair of Emperor's Guard knee pads. Now I am optimizing it to get max crit damage, but you can see where I'm going with it. Now shout out to Munch from my clan DOD. He was actually kind enough to drop these for me in the Dark Zone last night. Now, as far as the brand set bonus, skill duration, we don't really care about that. What we do care about is the attribute armor regen, 1%. That is key, and without it, you're just kidding yourself. Now, I do have crit damage on there. Currently, it's at 9.6, and then I rolled the core attribute of armor at 170. And that is it. This is the best armor regen build in the game, or at least my best armor regen build in the game. Now, as far as the skills, I was using a combination of two different types of skills. First combination is right here. I was using the decoy with the jammer pulse. And then for the second combination, I was actually doing this. I was using the explosive seekers with the banshee pulse, and both of these combinations were actually pretty good. Both the jammer pulse and banshee pulse work very well in PvP, and the decoy I found to be quite effective in the Dark Zone. It's actually pretty ridiculous how the decoy is effective in the Dark Zone. Now, let's get to the numbers, the nitty gritty. Stats. So this is for the Lady Death. 47 crit chance, 154.4 crit damage. And this is on a armor regen build. Not only that, but I'm not even running armor regen on 2 of my pieces. It's ridiculous. So 47 on the crit chance, 154 on the crit damage. Go to the offensive tab. Remember, I'm only doing 2 red core attributes. So I'm at 40% all weapon damage bonus and 30% SMG damage bonus. So every time I'm using the Lady Death, my total weapon damage bonus, 70%. Going to the gear talents, I am using the Adrenaline Rush with Perfect Intimidate, pretty much the meta of metas. And then I get the Pack Instincts from the Coyote's Mask, which guarantees me the 25% crit damage every time I'm using Adrenaline Rush, Intimidate, and the Coyote's Mask. Now going down to the defensive tab, 1.54 million armor with 154k armor on kill, 61k armor regen, and 330k health. Explosive resistance and hazard are both 10%, and that is due to my watch level. Now this is where I break it down in every build video. If you are below shade level 1000, that means your watch level is not maxed out. If you are above shade level 1000, you have a maxed out watch just like me, and you don't have to worry about it. What I mean by maxed out is all of these attributes are spec'd into 50 of 50. Once you do that, you will have the exact same stats as me if you run it the exact same way. But if you are below shade level 1000, you will have lower stats in certain areas. Now, enough of that, let's go down to the testing. So I said this hits harder than other popular armor regen builds. Now the one I am going to test is this one right here. I made a crit armor regen Ridgeway's Pride Perfectly Wicked build. It has close to the same crit as the armor regen build I'm using right now. The only difference is without Perfect Intimidate or Adrenaline Rush, instead I have Ridgeway's Pride with Perfectly Wicked. So we're going to test these two out, and I'll just show you how much harder the Perfect Intimidate hits than your average build. And this is why it is the meta. So let's go test it out. I'll show you a couple numbers. Only take a few seconds. Maybe I'll show you another build in the next day or so, but you're going to have to check my community tab and the polls that I release, because I let you decide which build I do next. Now you guys chose the DZ Regen God build, and that's what this is, except instead of calling it that, I'm gonna just call it the best armor regen build in the game. So here we are in Vulnerable Elite, 5 meters, and this is with Perfect Intimidate. Here we go. So 5'10". 5'10" with a 182 normal. 5'10". Alright. And that, of course, is with my best armor regen build in the game. Now, let's test that against a Ridgeway's Pride regen build. So, just so you know I'm not blowing smoke up your butt, I have the exact same setup. 4 blues, 2 reds. The base damage is the exact same, 70.3. I have the exact same armor at 1.5 million. And not only that, if you go to my stats, I have 61k armor regen, exactly the same. And the crit, 57,152, so I'm lower 2% crit on this build. However, I am up 10% crit chance on this build. But still, even having this at high crits with everything in place and high armor regen, let's look at the difference. So 5'10" was on my Perfect Intimidate. Now this is with the Ridgeway's Pride, and let's test it out. So 5'10" is the number to beat. 388. I'm getting 388. My other one is 5'10". Are you guys starting to understand why people use Perfect Intimidate? So 5'10" and 388, that's not just crit from the Coyote's mask. That's because of that amplified damage from the chest piece. Yeah, so 388 with my Ridgeway's Pride armor regen. And then go back to my best in the game. And just so you know that I'm not messing around. So 388. And let's see what we get here. 5'10". It's no contest. This is the armor regen build you want to run, and this is exactly the way to run it. I am Kamikazevondoom. I hope you guys enjoy my build videos. I try to go as in-depth as possible. That way you guys understand these builds inside and out, so that whenever the average Joe is talking ish about your build, you can throw some knowledge at them and then tell them to check me out. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.